travelling to Bristol camping, which is surprisingly just north of the city of Bristol. Where are we now, Malish?
We're near Weston-super-Mare.
And what's the traffic like?
It's normal. It's always a bit busy on here, this stretch.
Of course, we have the Pickle with us as well. She must be on her tuffet. We haven't been to Bristol camping, but we're looking forward to it. It's a CL certified location, and we'll be doing an interview with the site owner, a lady called Annalisa. So that should be good too. And then tomorrow, Melvyn goes in to LNB tow bars and accessories and has his new hydraulic legs fitted. And we'll be doing a video about that also.
Heading for Bristol camping, we came off the M5 at junction 16 and made our way towards Thornbury.
So we go over the M4 and you come to a set of traffic lights, turn right.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto Northern Lane.
So the sat nav's correct, and then it's your first left, so turn right and then first left.
Annalisa had given us some directions because she wasn't sure if the sat-nav knew exactly where Bristol camping campsite is.
It said take the first left.
Zoe is really good at being navigator, even though she can't see. She's got a mental map of the whole country in her head.
Past the bungalows and the post box, and then you go in past the national speed limit signs, and the entrance to the farm is on the left.
In 300 yards, turn left.
Yeah, Google seems to have the correct directions, that's good. That's it.
Annalisa mostly manages the site remotely. She has a special lock-up box on the fence outside of Bristol Caravans. You can get an envelope in there from her with your name on it, and it tells you where you're pitched and some info about the site, etc. When we arrived, we were met by a really friendly bloke who was busy mowing the lawns. He directed us to the nearest freshwater tap. It was right next to the pitch, and if we'd had a longer hose we could have just stayed connected to it, but we were able to just drive onto the grass and fill up before we pitched up. We'd arranged to meet up for a chat with Annalisa so she could tell us about her experience of being a campsite owner.
Do you want to take a seat?
Yes, I will do. Because I'm doing two jobs at the same time. I've got my farmer hat on and CL owner hat on at the same time. So I'm Annalisa, and we are at Hawthorne Farm, where we have two CL sites, which is Woodview and Fieldview. Plus we have tent camping and campervan camping. It all comes under the guise of Bristol camping.
What do you like most about?
What do I like about it? Oh yeah, so what I like most is meeting the people. So I am here all summer. And don't go on holiday because it's harvest time and the campsite's busy, but I ask people where they've been and where they're going, and I kind of live their summer holidays through them. I have a lot of people going to Devon and Cornwall, a lot of people going to Wales, catching ferries to Ireland, all that kind of thing, and I really like hearing their stories. And then I like seeing them year after year. So we have people who will stay with us 2 nights a year, one on their way and one on their way back, and I've probably known them for 10 years, and some of them go to the same place every year, some of them go to different places, but I learn all about the sites they've gone to and their families and what they're doing and who's come with them, and that's what I like the best. We are open all year round because we are all hard standing.
That's great, but the tent field?
The tents and campervans are only open April to September because it's very much weather permitting and grass.
And on the tent pitches, I think you said you can have fire pit?
Yes, so the tent pitches are in the woodland or just outside the woodland, and I have fire pits there already organised, and people are welcome to collect dead and fallen wood and have a fire.
And I think I read as well that it's vehicle free on the tents.
It is. It's completely vehicle free, so you park your vehicle, and then I've got a line of multicoloured wheelbarrows which you then use to wheel your stuff up into the tent camping. People love it.
That's really good. You also have a working farm.
Yes, I'm a working arable farmer. I run the farm with my dad, and we have various pieces of land in this area, and I happen to live on this one.
And you've just harvested?
Yes, so the field in front of me has just been harvested. That was wheat, and our farm goes as far as the horizon, and people who are staying with us are welcome to walk on the farm wherever they like, as long as they don't walk on the crops. There's lots of footpaths, and we have a walk through our woods that's about 20-30 minutes, that's open all year round, and it's great for dogs because you can let them off because we don't have any animals.
Fabulous. And you've about 200 acres?
This is about 200 acres, yeah.
So how long have you been farming?
So this farm we've only owned for 25 years, but the farm where my parents live is 4 miles away, and my dad has lived there for 80 years. So yeah, we are well and truly established in this part of the world.
And how long have you been doing campsites?
Yeah, so I was thinking about that. We opened our CL, I think, 19 years ago, when we bought a caravan, and we went on holiday to Devon in it and realised that there were a lot of people travelling from the north and the east who were travelling to the southwest and wanted somewhere to stop over on the way, and we realised that we could offer that.
And you're not far from junction 16 of the M5?
That's correct, we're 1.5 miles.
And you do say in your listings that you are close to the M4, to be quite honest. I can hardly hear it.
Yeah, so I let everybody know on our listing and on our email, because I think you need to be honest, but some people are more sensitive than others, but it's a background hum.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm glad to hear that.
And my partner tells me that each pitch is almost individual with hedges.
They are. We have privacy hedges between each pitch, so you are completely private and by yourself, and then there's mown grass around the hard standing.
So anybody staying on one of these pitches could also use the woods?
Yes, anybody staying on these pitches is welcome to walk in the woods, take their dogs in the woods, go and sit in the woods if they want to. It's open for everybody.
Dogs are welcome on site?
Dogs are really welcome on our site, as are children. And yeah, we see a lot of dogs.
And each pitch has water and electricity?
There isn't actually water and electric behind every pitch. It's either behind your pitch or the pitch next door. But we're actually changing our electricity this winter. Slightly controversial, but we are going to be putting meters in. So we will have probably electric and water behind every pitch.
And how will that work with the electric meter and somebody staying?
The best system that we can come up with at the moment is coin operated. So it will be £1 and £2 coins, which I will have readily available. We have looked at trying to do a card system. There isn't a credit card at the moment system that will work for us, so I'm afraid it's going to be coins, but the moment that I can go to a easier credit card system, I will. We will only be charging obviously what we are charged. The unit rate for that's not going to be too big.
And is there any pubs or restaurants nearby?
Yes, there are. There are some quite good pubs in the village. They're all about 40 minutes walk away, but there are 3 that are within 40 minutes. If you want a supermarket, then there is a garage at the top of the road, or there is a Tesco's Express or a Tesco's Extra within 2 miles. Bristol city centre is 10 miles away, but because we have really good motorway systems, you can actually get there out of rush hour, believe it or not, in 15 minutes. But I do encourage people, we've got a really good bus service. The T1 bus goes from the end of our road, and it's one of those direct services that uses the motorway. It's £2 and it's 3 times an hour.
Wow.
And it takes you directly to the city centre.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. Alternatively, we have a park and ride. It's 2 junctions down the M5, which is actually quite close, and you park for the day, and obviously you can take a bus straight into the centre. Bristol does have a clean air zone now, so I try to warn people so that they don't end up being fined for that. Yeah. Bristol's obviously got all its own attractions, but within 15 minutes from here, we've got this new thing called the Wave, which is an inland surf lake. Which we're getting customers from all over the place going to that, let alone from the UK. So if you're a surfer and the surf is no good on the coast, then yeah, a lot of people are going there.
And the zoo has moved.
The zoo has moved to the Wild Place, which is actually a lot closer to us now as well, which is another thing which is really popular, especially with children. Amazing. We also have the Aerospace Museum, which is where Concorde is housed. And that's 15 minutes from here, 10 minutes from here. You've got Concorde and then a museum all about aerospace engineering in Bristol, which was really big in Bristol.
And they have a balloon event.
So the Bristol Balloon Fiesta is probably the biggest event in Bristol, and it was last weekend. It goes from Thursday to Sunday, If we're lucky, the balloons come this way. A couple of days ago, we had 3 over the top. We thought they were going to land in our field. Very exciting. They sometimes do, but not
Too
this time.
tiresome for a pitch? How big a pitch would you need?
Yeah. Well, hopefully they just come down and go again.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bristol is massive for balloons.
Annalisa had a number of leaflets available for guests with things to do in the local area, like visiting the SS Great Britain, the world's first iron-hulled steamship. Westonbirt Arboretum isn't far away, which is a national tree collection, a really nice place to walk, especially in autumn. Then there's Clevedon, about 20 minutes down the motorway, with Britain's only Grade 1 listed pier. It's a really nice seaside town to visit. Information about public transport and taxis, where to get food, what to do if you have a medical situation, and a little bit about Bristol Caravans, which is on the same site as Bristol campsite.
So we just nipped into Bristol Caravans to get a fuse, and thank you very much to Bristol Caravans.
Yes, my husband owns Bristol Caravans and I'm the farmer.
Do people stay here then after having work done there?
Yes, they absolutely do. We have a lot of people who'll come and stay. They'll stay the night before. Bristol Caravans will service their caravan in the daytime. They'll go off shopping for the day or go into Bristol for the day, and then they'll come back and their van will be back ready for them back on the pitch, ready for them to stay another night if they want to. So the joy of having Bristol Caravans here for a CL customer is if your electric doesn't work or your fridge doesn't work or you can't work something out, my husband, bless him, will come out at any time of day, on any day, and sort it out. So his name is Oakley Wood. My surname is Wood. So our children are called Daisy and Rowan. We have trees and flowers as children as well. So yeah, I've got 2 dogs, I've got 2 cats, I've got 3 ducks, 3 chickens, and I've got 1 guinea fowl, and then I've got 5 new baby guinea fowl who are currently in my porch because they're too small to go outside, and they make a terrible mess. They rip up newspaper and throw things around everywhere. So hence me trying to clean them out.
And then how would people find you?
So if you're a member of the Caravan and Motorhome Club, you'll find me listed as a CL site on their website under Horse and Farm. You'll find me on clbooking.co.uk, listed under Horse and Farm, or you'll find me on bristolcamping.co.uk website. I'm also listed on the Nearly Wild camping site, which is where people go who like to camp nearly wild in a tent or a hammock or in a bivvy bag. However they like. I mean, we have lots and lots of funny events that happen. There's so many years worth of funny things. We had quite an elderly couple on this actual pitch, actually, in really a very small camper van. And I suddenly realised, walking past, that they had like a cage outside, and they brought their tortoise with them. And they had their tortoise in a little run. I think the tortoise was well over 50 years old. So we decided it was our most interesting pet visitor. We have a lot of cats. We see cats. Yes, cats. Lots of cats. Yeah, cats on leads. Oh, no, even better one, actually. Now I'll get going. We had a couple turn up on bicycles. They were in the tent camping, but they turned up on their bicycles one night, and they'd cycled from London, and they were couriers, bike couriers, and the man had a backpack on his shoulders, and standing on the top of the backpack was a cat. And apparently it's quite a famous cat, and the cat, when it gets tired, gets into the backpack, but when it's not tired, it stands across his shoulders, and it had a harness on, so it couldn't fall off. It was attached, but they cycled from London with a cat on their back.
That's incredible.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. And then in the night time, they put their tent up, and the cat, I think, sleeps in this bag, so it has its sort of own space, but it wanders, has a look about, and then goes to sleep in the bag. Just astounding. Yeah. Now, we get lots of cats in vans.
It's incredible.
Birds, guinea pigs, you name it. Never seen a horse or a sheep or a pig. But tortoise, yeah, I think that's the only tortoise we've ever had. And it was just great. They unfolded the whole cage, and then they folded it back up and put it all back in the
Lovely.
In the van. Yeah.
That's brilliant. I think we're done with that.
After meeting with Annalisa, we decided to try out the woodland walk for ourselves. The walk starts through the fields but quickly turns onto the bridleway, which runs through the woodland on the campsite.
A little bit stone on the other side. There's a gate. These fields produce your food. Clean up after your dog. Public bridleway.
Despite the motorway being quite nearby, the woods were really lovely and peaceful. There's the motorway behind us, but it's actually really quiet. And there's a thick hedge between the motorway side and where the hard standing pitches are, so that helps block the sound. Yeah. Ah, tents. Bristol camping tents. Oh, I see a tent. Oh, it's like a meadow. Oh, there are sunflowers.
Very pretty.
Yeah. Really spectacular pylon. Some people might not like them, but I think it's really quite a spectacular thing to see. It's not bothering us.
Is it necessary for one tower?
Yeah. Oh, there's the wheelbarrows. And then further up there are some people camping in tents, so we should probably leave them in different. Annalisa has a meadow of seed-bearing plants on the campsite, which is so lovely. It's a part of a scheme which is designed to feed the birds in the winter. We finished up our evening with a nice bottle of red.
Santé. Here is to Bristol camping.
Yeah.
And now we're sat on the pitch enjoying a lovely glass of wine.
Yeah.
Keeva's exhausted and has gone to bed. We've been bouncing around with Annalisa's 2 dogs,
Houdini and Fern.
They were lovely. It is a very dog-friendly site, which is lovely. We like it here, definitely. So convenient with being next to the motorway. But we're going to have to return because, unfortunately, the element water boiler has decided to pack up. So we're running on gas, which isn't a problem because we bought a new can today from where we store the motorhome. And they have said they can fix it here. It's about an hour and a half's job. We'll have to book in. So we're going to do that and return here, which will be nice.
Yeah, Bristol Caravans is on the same site, and they do all sorts of things, all sorts of fitments and adaptations.
There's no motorhome made pizza tonight. We don't have time. We've got to be up really early in the morning.
Gosh, that wine's just hit me.
Where? On the nose? On the forehead?
It's a French wine, a French red wine, which is very inexpensive, but it's got a kick to it. It's Luigi. It's called Vieux Pape, which means old popes.
Good.
Uppity paps.
Happy paps.
That's cheers.
That's good. That's what we need.
Poop poop.